Hey guys, it is the Han family. We're coming to you today from Sofia, Bulgaria. I think we've dubbed these now our fireside chats because it's our favorite place in the house to sit and kind of make these videos. But we wanted to just jump on here, give you a little bit of an update on how Thanksgiving went, and share with you some things that are on our hearts. As many of you know and have been praying for us, we had a goal to have 10 people in our home for Thanksgiving, which is a huge feat when you moved to a city 2 months ago and you know no one. So we were very, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but maybe just curious at how God would possibly help us to find 10 people to welcome into our home on Thanksgiving. Well, Joshua's going to share with you a little bit about how that meal went and the experiences that we've had, but we just want to say thank you so much for those of you that committed to praying for our family and for that goal. We had so many people call and message and send emails and reply to our newsletters and just say, hey, we're praying for your 10 for Thanksgiving, and you can't imagine how much that truly meant to us. And so first off, we just want to start by saying a huge thank you. We feel like we have the best support network ever of people who are truly journeying with us as we're serving in Sofia.
Yeah, thanks so much. And I won't be too wordy. I've written a blog that we'll post soon about how really the miracles that we're looking for and praying for are the miracles of relationship. And just you can begin to understand how really it requires a miracle when you land in a new place and you have no connections, and we don't have regular jobs with coworkers, and our kids aren't in school, and we don't belong to clubs, and it's a new language and a culture, and how difficult it is to make relationships. So we asked you to pray with us because we knew that for relational doors to open, we'd need God to be at work. And wow, God opened incredible doors for us. And Thanksgiving week, even things were changing and developing. And during the week of Thanksgiving, we were preparing and getting ready for the dinner, just expecting, planning on, in hope and in certainty that God would give us those 10. And I think beginning of the week of Thanksgiving, we had a little under 10 coming. And then towards the end of the week, we found out that there was an opportunity to meet a new couple that we haven't met yet through a connection with one of the pastors here in Bulgaria. And so they were going to come down, Pastor Nikolai and Yanita, to help introduce us to this new couple, and perhaps we could invite them to a Thanksgiving meal. Well, we want to ask you to please be in prayer for Nikolai, Pastor Nikolai Kalev, as his mother ended up passing away and unexpectedly, and he wasn't able to be here. So to make a long story short, I don't go into a lot of these details in the blog, but we ended up getting up on Thanksgiving morning for us, which was Saturday, not Thanksgiving Day. This is Saturday.
Our celebratory day.
Yes, because everyone's working here. Thursday of Thanksgiving is just another Thursday here. And we got up, and one of the people that we had invited and we really are close with and we expected to come kind of messaged us and said, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it, so I'm sorry about that. And so the number of people coming dropped. But then miraculously, Katie was able to reach out to somebody that we'd never met and say, hey, Nikolai and Yanita weren't able to come down, but we want to connect with you. And this is crazy because we haven't even met, but we're actually having a dinner tonight. We'd love to have you come. And it's kind of miraculous. We were told when we first got here by somebody, never invite Bulgarians over to your home until you know them. That's just weird. Don't do that. So I think it was a step of faith, and that's a family of 5, 3 beautiful kids. And they ended up coming. So on our Thanksgiving night, everything was ready. Katie cooked all day. We cleaned and
I think
cleaned.
I ran the dishwasher about 6 times on that Saturday.
Beautiful meal she prepared, and of course just cleaned and prepared, and everything was ready. And we're so grateful again. We live in a beautiful house with beautiful resources for hosting, because if you give to missions in the Church of Nazarene, you're a part of that. If you've partnered with us financially, you're a part of that. And on the night of our Thanksgiving dinner, we ended up having, I didn't go around and count heads too closely, but I think
15 total.
15 total. So
11, and then the 4 in our family.
The 4 of us. So we had prayed for 10, and I even had someone say to me, Joshua, I hope you're not setting yourself up for failure, because it will take a miracle for you, having lived in Bulgaria for less than 2 months, to have 10 people who will be willing to come to your house for a holiday they don't know anything about, and let you host them in your home. It's a big deal. And it was a big deal. And I do want to say that before the meal started, I was able to just in Bulgarian share with our friends a little bit about what Thanksgiving is about. It's about a people of faith landing in a new world, and everything being a little bit more difficult when you don't have a community, and how we believe that every good and perfect gift comes from God, and so every relationship we believe is from God, and we shared that with the people that were here, and then prayed for the meal and for the people that were here, and we're just able to, I think, expose our new friends and community to our faith in a beautiful way. And we ate together. I think the last person left Thanksgiving night at 10 o'clock or something like that.
Yes.
It was really late. We just sat around coffee and desserts and chatted. So
Said it reminded us a lot of traditional Thanksgivings in the U.S. where
Yes.
you sit around after the meal and you just kind of hang out and chat.
yeah, so to quote a sign that said over the pulpit my whole life in church, we expected God to act, and we knew that He would for Thanksgiving, and miraculously that worked out, and we were so blessed to have a full house on Thanksgiving. And I'm going to let Katie now tell you about the unexpected blessing that we didn't even ask you to pray for, but I think still your prayers were powerful and effective for it, and I'll let her share about that.
Yeah, so if you know our family, you know that Caitlin was born on Thanksgiving Day 2 years ago. So it kind of threw a wrench in our whole weekend with the fact that we have a Thanksgiving celebration, but we also have a 2-year-old's birthday, and we're new to a community of people, but we want our little girl to still be celebrated, and we want to celebrate with friends, and we want to have as many 2-year-olds running around as we could possibly find. And so I told Joshua, I said, I really want to open our home, have people come in, sharing some food, celebrate Kate, and just have a day that's for her. One of our biggest prayers as we accepted this call to Sophia was that our kids would be as involved in this ministry as we are, and that they would have as much interaction with Bulgarians and as much interaction with other people, and to make friends and have community here in this place. So I sent invitations, 15 invitations to her kindergarten class. I think there's 12 students, so they put one in every kid's backpack. We have friends at the daycare or at the playground that we've met over the last couple of months, and so as we would leave the playground or as people were arriving at the playground, I would pass them an invitation and say, hey, we're having a small little thing for Kate's birthday. We'd love for you to come. And so it was another level of us being able to invite people into our home that we don't really have a connection with yet, to invite them to a Thanksgiving dinner, but where we could just have a group of people come in and have a party and celebration. And so as the week of Kate's birthday came close, Joshua kept saying, now how many people do you think are going to be here? Oh, I don't know. I've had like 3 people from Kate's school call and say they're coming, and a couple of the people from the playground have said they're coming. Our friends Miro and Lydia that you've heard us talk about before that helped us the week we moved in, they're coming. Our friends Alex and Teddy that we've met and had come to Thanksgiving also were coming. And so I said, I'm not really sure. We'll just kind of wait and see. Well, that evening, as everyone was messaging me saying, hey, we are coming, we're just running late, or hey, we're on our way, as we sat down after everyone left and we took a deep breath, and I think Joshua and Caitlin and Jude laid on the floor in like a post-party exhaustion, we started counting the number of people that were in our home on Sunday afternoon, and there were 27 people, not including our family of 4, that came into our home and was able to celebrate with us and just spend time together. We met 4 families from the kindergarten, and none of those families had met each other also because of COVID restrictions. No one's allowed inside past like the drop-off zone in the kindergarten, so we're not able to meet parents at like Halloween parties or Christmas parties or things of that nature. And so these parents had not met each other. And then we had 4 families from the playground that showed up. We were also very surprised that they all brought their husbands with them. Joshua was begging all of the men that we invited to come. And so we don't ever see fathers at the playground because normally they're working when we go in the middle of the day, and the mothers are the ones that are coming with their kids. And so as families started piling in, we both just kept exchanging glances across the room of this thankfulness. Kate was overjoyed with the number of friends that she had, and she continues to talk about her new friends from school that now she knows the names of those friends because she's not doing a whole lot of, hey, what's your name kind of conversations as a 2-year-old in kindergarten. But it was a huge blessing for us to host all weekend, even through the exhaustion we felt on Monday after having people in our home Saturday and on Sunday. We sat Monday after dropping the kids off at school, and we came back home and we began writing down the names of everyone that was in our home this weekend as people that we can be praying for by name. Previously, it was so-and-so and their child from the playground, and now we've been able to add their names, their spouses' names, what they do for a living. And so it's been a huge blessing just to grow deeper in a relationship with these people that we barely knew their names of from the playground or from daycare. We wanted to let you guys in on that and let you know that, you may not have specifically been praying for Kate's birthday party and the ministry that would be. And, I sent out a newsletter on Wednesday on the 1st. And if you're not getting those, reach out to me. I'll be sure to add you to the email list on that. But, I put in there that we have family updates and then we have ministry updates. And I almost put Kate's birthday on a ministry update because it truly felt like that. As we welcomed people into our home, we had conversations of faith and why are you here in Bulgaria? And just, well, what brings your family and what church are you with? And what's your ideas and what's your goals? And we had lots of people leaving saying, hey, let's get together and do a play date again. And so we truly felt like we were opening up our home more for a family celebration, but the Lord totally used that in a way to advance what He has planned for His kingdom here in Bulgaria.
Yeah, we also learned a couple of neat birthday things that we didn't know, which is when the people walk in and give a gift, they give it directly to the birthday girl, and the birthday girl opens it. So that was interesting to learn. We also learned we get gifts on our kids' birthdays.
Parents are celebrated for birthdays because you have survived 2 years with a toddler.
And we didn't kill our kids. They're still alive. So we learned some cool things and even had conversations about what Christmas would look like and Christmas traditions in Bulgaria that are different from the States, like Budi Večer, and just look forward to things about that, maybe blogs and things. So how can you continue to pray for us, you might ask? All right, so we set this goal, we journeyed together, and we reached it, and now we're
done.
Yeah, no,
That's it.
shoot. And we have 30, over 30 contacts. So would you just pray for us as we deepen those relationships, right? I mean, it's a far cry most of the time from, okay, we've met and we've shared a meal, and I know you pretty well, and I know what you do for a living, and I know your name and your kids and your wife. It's still a far cry from that to, okay, I'm really ready to talk with you about your faith and my faith and life.
And to be able to do that in Bulgarian.
Yeah, in Bulgarian as well.
In a way that speaks to their heart language, in a way that speaks to them personally.
Yeah, so pray for us as we deepen those relationships and we continue to study language. We'll probably be taking language lessons again here shortly just to deepen what we know. So pray for that. Also pray for us because we're really beginning now to think through the next steps for what it'll look like to get the First Church in Sofia established. And we think, we just had a really important meeting with our FSC, we think that the next step will be trying to get some sort of a regularly meeting group established in our home so that we have something to invite people to, so that then could be a bit of a seed from which the First Church will be planted. And so we're doing a lot of praying and a lot of thinking, a lot of strategizing as we continue to just deepen these relationships. We're in the season of Advent and we're headed to the season of Christmas, and you can't be a Christian and not share your faith in Advent and Christmas, because we light candles every day and we do devotions every day based on Advent with our kids, and we want to go do things that have to do with our faith, and we want to have Christmas parties, but Christmas for us is all about Christ. So we're going to talk about Jesus at Christmas parties. And so as we go through this Christmas season, it's the perfect opportunity for us to continue to deepen relationships and share our faith with people. So we really look forward to doing that. And we ask that you pray for us. And we'll reach out to you, let you know our next specific goal, our next specific thing that we'd like to journey together in prayer. But in the meantime, would you just pray for us as we deepen the relationships with all of these people, and then as we begin to think through the next steps and the best way to establish that group that meets in our home, and make sure that that's not just a group that becomes a group in our home, but that becomes a building block to the church starting in Sophia and to many churches starting in Sophia. Thank you so much for journeying with us. We intentionally set these goals so that we can measure the way God is at work, but also so that we can lean on your support and journey together. So we really believe again in the miracle of relationships, and that Christ has led us to special people. And we're just excited to see in a season of hope the way God will continue to use us, and the way that God will continue to come and to do great things and help us establish relationships. So thank you for your prayers. Continue to pray for us. And thanks for watching this entire video. We know that the people that will watch this are people that are really journeying with us and want to know what's going on. So we love you and we're thankful for you. And we're thankful the way that God is exceeding expectations and doing miracles in this season. And we look forward to sharing more and more of that here in the near future.